Everybody is ablaze right now. Everybody's wondering, what is really going on with Angel Reese? Has she just flat out quit again? Has she quit on the Chicago Sky?
To be fixed, and I don't give a damn if I get fined because that shit cheap, and I am tired of this shit. Because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of this shit.
Game, her team won the championship game without her, and she feel like she was supposed to get a ring or whatever. I don't know.
Angel Reese is facing major backlash after reports surfaced that the Chicago Sky have taken legal action against her for allegedly leaving the team during the middle of the season.
Angel Reese has thrown in the towel. She refuses to travel with the team. Once again, the team has a road game. We already saw she refused to travel with the team to Indiana versus the Fever,
rather than taking responsibility. She's throwing shade at her own team, even as the stats show they've been performing better in her absence. Faster ball movement, increased intensity, and improved outcomes, particularly when facing Indiana's aggressive style of play.
She was eliminated from the Rookie of the Year. She said her wrist was hurt. Unrivaled, she did not finish. She didn't even show up to the championship game.
Angel Reese has gone from being hailed as the future face of the Chicago Sky to virtually vanishing from the spotlight. She was expected to be the cornerstone of the team, the leader on and off the court, energizing her squad and backing up the hype with performance.
Angel, you gotta be, hold on, you have to have some level of self-awareness here.
Instead, she's become a prime example of how quickly a rising star can damage their own image while the team struggles to stay afloat. With the Sky caught up in legal drama and scrambling to save their season, their supposed leader is nowhere to be found, not just off the court, but seemingly disengaged entirely, like someone who's vanished without a trace.
Obviously, showing a complete lack of leadership. Complete lack of leadership, man. Caitlin Clark's been hurt. She traveling with the team, supporting on the...
Here's the wild part. This isn't some isolated incident. We're not talking about a random stroke of bad luck. This marks 3 seasons in a row where she's checked out before the season, wraps up twice with the Chicago Sky, and once in the unrivaled league. That's not coincidence. That's a pattern you can count on. The moment things start to fall apart, she seems to vanish like clockwork. Honestly, the timing is almost uncanny. Just as the team hits its lowest point, she's nowhere to be found. It's like losing records trigger her exit strategy, the Sky sitting at 8-4. And completely stuck, fans are starting to ask the obvious question, is it time to admit she's simply given up?
Back a little bit. You can't want to be the villain, you can't pride yourself in being the villain, and then you lose and all of a sudden you succumb to those emotions.
Let's be honest, this whole back injury storyline feels about as believable as a kid blaming the dog for their missing homework. Since the All-Star break, she's been labeled Day 2 Day with a back issue. 2-day! For weeks. Normally, that status means a minor tweak, something that gets checked out, and either the player returns within a few games or there's an official update. But in this case, radio silence. No medical reports, no projected return, no word on whether she's practicing or even being reevaluated. Just nothing and no. This isn't standard in the WNBA. Even with a basic ankle sprain, fans get weekly updates. We'll see a player listed as probable or questionable on the injury report. But with Reese, it's like her medical file vanished, as if she entered some kind of injury witness protection program. Now, sure, back injuries are real, but are also the easiest cover. You can't argue with them. There's no clear-cut test that says she's fine. If a player says, "My back still hurts," that's the end of the story. No one wants to be the person who questions it, because that automatically makes you the bad guy.
Chicago Sky, you guys are the gum on the bottom of the shoe of the league. They need Angel Reese to play in games. Angel, where you at? Where are you at, Angel? This is not...
And let's not ignore the pattern here. This isn't her first perfectly timed disappearance. Flashback to 2023, when she was neck and neck with Caitlin Clark in the Rookie of the Year conversation. Everything seemed on track.
Nice.
Until Clark pulled ahead. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, a season-ending wrist injury. Just like that, she was out of the spotlight and off the hook. Now, here we are again. Different year, different injury, same suspicious timing. Fans are starting to connect the dots, and it's hard not to see this as a strategic exit to Dodge. The loss is piling up. When the ship starts sinking, she's not sticking around to go down with it.
Hey, look, bro, you gotta remember, she quit in Unrivaled. She just stopped playing in Unrivaled. Said she was hurt, didn't show up for the championship game, didn't even show up and watch. Last season, she claimed her wrist was messed up, didn't finish playing in none of the games.
If you give her the benefit of the doubt and assume the injury is real, it still doesn't explain what came next. During the most high-profile game of the season, Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever, she didn't just miss the game, she reportedly refused to travel altogether. This wasn't a random matchup. This was the marquee rivalry, the one drawing national attention and packing arenas, thanks in large part to Caitlin Clark. It's the kind of game the WNBA promotes heavily because it actually moves the needle. And where was Angel Reese? Not on the floor, not on the sidelines, not even in the arena. She was completely absent.
I heard she was at the practice, but you did not travel with the team to the game. I think that's kind of whack, I'm not gonna lie. The leader of the team's supposed to be there.
You'd think after being repeatedly outplayed by Indiana, she'd at least show up out of pride, but nope. The Fever have dominated the Sky, winning 7 of their last 8 matchups over the past 2 seasons. That's not a rivalry, that's a lopsided rout. If there was ever a time for a team's star player to be present, even just to support from the sidelines, this was it. But once again, Angel Reese was nowhere to be seen.
Indiana Fever are 7-1. I repeat, the Fever are 7-1 in 2 years against the Chicago Sky.
And here's where things start to look even more suspicious. There's no doubt she can travel. We've seen her at various non-game events, smiling for cameras and soaking up the spotlight, like at All-Star Weekend not too long ago. Apparently, her back wasn't a problem then, but when it comes to actually being there for the team during a real game, suddenly traveling becomes an issue. Seriously? At the very least, she could have made an appearance and put on a show for the cameras? That's just basic PR 101.
She didn't even show up to that. Now she's not showing up, traveling with the team in the 3rd straight season, 2 with the Chicago Sky and 1 in Unrivaled. It is becoming a pattern.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is dealing with a serious groin injury, one that's clearly linked to a specific moment in a game. Yet she still travels with her team, sits on the bench in her warm-ups, cheers on her teammates, and helps break down plays during timeouts. That's what real leadership looks like. Then you have Angel Reese, who can't even be bothered to change into sweats and sit courtside. This isn't just a poor image, it's a total career misstep in terms of public perception.
It's not about black and white. It's about that white player and that black player. Why? Because of the history that they had before they came to the WNBA.
Let's be real, fans aren't getting any injury updates, no rehab footage, no signs of progress. All they see is their star player, disappearing mid-season and refusing to show up for the games that really count. In a league where reputation means everything, that's about the worst move possible. It's one thing to be sidelined by injury, it's another thing entirely to not even make an effort to show you care. When a star is hurt, the minimum expectation is to be present, engaged, and let fans and teammates know you're still in the fight with them. But Reese, she's not just missing games, she's missing the entire leadership role, and fans notice. They talk about it, they call it out online. Every time she sits out another big game, that story only grows louder.
Chicago Sky, you quit. You quit. You threw in the towel. Once you realized you no longer, you never stood a chance, to be honest, with Caitlin Clark for that rookie of the year.
The PR fallout here is huge. Instead of witnessing their franchise star battling through tough times, Chicago Sky fans are seeing someone who checked out mentally months before the season ended. And the more this repeats, the stronger the feeling grows that she might never truly return. You simply can't market a player who vanishes every time the team struggles. And right now, that's the one thing Angel Reese seems to do with unerring consistency: disappear.
Honest. Maybe more reason why she's out right now might be secretly shopping her. They're not secretly shopping her. You don't fake back injuries. You don't fake back injuries. Running from the grind.
The Chicago Sky sitting at 8-24. Legal battles looming over the franchise. Their supposed leader absent at home, and the rest of the league witnessing this disaster unfold. It's hard to imagine a quicker way to lose goodwill and the harsh truth. It's the same story playing out for 3 seasons straight. Same timing, same excuses, same disappointing outcome. Now, people are finally starting to voice what many have been thinking. Maybe it's not just the Sky's season that's over, maybe they're done with her.
Like, she is asking for a trade. Or she's at least implying she wants to be traded. Because at the end of the day, you just never know.
Then came the first season of the unrivaled league, a new platform, a fresh opportunity to make her mark. You'd think she'd seize the moment and etch her name into history. But no. Same story, different backdrop. She stepped away before the championship game, not even showing up in casual clothes to support her teammates. The team went on to claim the title without her, and she was nowhere in sight. How do you call yourself a competitor and then disappear? On your own squad during the biggest night of the year? It's like ditching your own wedding and still expecting to get honeymoon photos now. Fast forward to 2024, and suddenly that back injury conveniently pops up just as the Sky are sinking toward the bottom of the standings. The pattern is so predictable, you could mark it on a calendar. When the team starts to lose, Angel Reese starts hurting. The timing is so suspicious it's almost laughable. And remember, she only really pushed hard during one stretch this season, that intense 10-game run leading up to the All-Star voting interview.
Angel Reese may have tapped out and quit on the Chicago Sky. Everybody is speculating, what is this back injury?
She was ranked 13th in the polls, probably, sensing she might miss the cut. Then suddenly she flipped the switch and went all in, grinding hard, putting up the stats needed to secure her spot on the roster. Once she got what she wanted, though, she immediately eased off and started coasting again. Now, this marks the 3rd season in a row she's failed to finish strong. 3 consecutive years, and each time the circumstances feel suspiciously familiar.
The back injury. Everybody's questioning it now, and this will be a 3rd straight season where Angel Reese did not finish playing in game. I think Whitlock is onto something. I see other people talking about this.
Surprising truth. Chicago actually performs better when she's off the court. This isn't just opinion, the stats back it up. Without her dominating touches, the offense flows more smoothly. Guards run plays the way they're meant to instead of forcing difficult post-ups. Wings cut harder, spacing opens up, and shot attempts come from smart ball movement rather than rushed desperation shots. In those final seconds ticking down, it seems like everyone breathes easier without her demanding the ball. Even the bench. Energy spikes, more communication, more engagement, more celebration. It's as if the pressure lifts when the offense isn't centered on feeding one player's ego, and the results speak for themselves. Indiana Fever have swept the Sky 4-0 this season. Now, regardless of whether Caitlin Clark was playing, Angel Reese's presence hasn't made a difference in the biggest rivalry. The so-called face of the franchise hasn't moved the needle one bit.